Hey guys, Coach Ashley here again. Today I have a different video for you. So today we're not going to be doing a workout of any kind. I'm just going to show you quite a few different stretches to stretch different muscles in different areas of your body. So that way before and after your workouts, if you're sitting there like, man, I don't know how to stretch this muscle, I don't even know what stretches to do, you can come back to this video and find a stretch that you can do. Now I will say these are all static stretches, or in other words, you're standing still. They're not dynamic ones like high knees, you're not going to be moving. I'll probably do another video for dynamic ones, but for today, we're just going to start with static. So we're going to start with the shoulders and the arms, the wrists, all of the above. So let's start with our shoulders and kind of up into our back here. We're going to take your left hand, put it over and behind, and your right hand's going to grab the outside of your left elbow, and you just pull ever so slightly, and you should feel a stretch right through here, down and through your shoulder, and you just pull real gentle like this. Now notice this shouldn't hurt, it should not be painful. If it is, then you are not doing something right. You need to stop and reevaluate how you're stretching and make sure you're doing it the right way. And then you can just switch. You put your right hand over the top like this. Take your left hand, grab the outside of that elbow, and just pull. All right, next one that I'm going to show you is across the body arm pulls. So you take your left arm, stick it across your body, take your right wrist, put it at your left wrist, and just pull back like this across your body. You're going to feel a stretch to the top of your shoulder all the way down through the side, right here, all in your shoulder. And you'll notice I'm not holding these stretches for 15 to 20 seconds because I'm just showing you these stretches. Remember, when we stretch, we always want to stretch for 15 to 20 seconds to get a proper stretch in. You just switch. So you take your right arm, put it across, left, pulls. Good. All right, next one I'm going to show you is a behind the back reach. So you're going to take your left hand and bend it like this. Take your right arm, and what you're going to try and do is grab your hands like this. And this one, you're going to feel it kind of back in here in your shoulder blades and the middle of your back, kind of right back in here. And if you can't grab your hands, that's fine. Just get as close as you can. And then you switch. Now your left arm's on top, your right hand's on the bottom. And you'll notice I can't reach. I can barely touch my fingers this way, but it's a lot harder for me this way. And you may notice that too with yourself. You may be able to do it one way, but not the other. And that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, next one we're going to do are just some shoulder rolls. So we're rolling forwards and we'll roll them backwards. So all you do is you just relax and pinch them up to the ears, roll them back. You do that, I don't know, 10, 15 times. And you bring them forward. Notice how it's just my shoulders moving. It's not a whole body movement. My arms are staying limp. Just rolling them forwards and backwards, getting that mobility and that range in my shoulders. Another one we can do is for our neck. Really nice and gentle. You're going to roll it back and around. And once you get to the front, just take it back the other way. Perfect. All right, the next one we're going to do is for your forearms and even into your wrists. So all you're going to do is stick your left hand out straight, palm to the sky, grab with your right hand your left fingers, and pull. And you're going to feel this right here in your wrist all the way up through your forearm. Now, you may not be able to pull your fingers as far as back as I am. Your fingers may stop here. Just go until you feel that stretch. Maybe the same thing on the other side. So here is my left hand grabbing my right fingers and pulling. And then last for our wrists, very simple. Just relax your hands. twist them out, twist them in, twist them out, twist them in. The next one we're going to do is for our chest and even into our back a little bit. All you're going to do is take your hands behind your back, interlock your fingers, and really push your chest out and pinch those shoulders back. You're going to feel this one all through your chest right here, and then you're going to feel it down through the shoulder blades, down into your back, all around those shoulder blades. And you just pull just like this. All right, and the last one I like to do is arm circles forward, arm circles backwards, okay? This gets blood flow to your arms, loosens your shoulders up. Pretty simple. Just bring them forward, nice big circles. And you bring them backwards. Bring them forwards. Full range of motion. Bring them backwards. All right, and that is all I have for your shoulders, your wrists, your forearms, your chest, and your upper back. All right, these next stretches are all going to focus on the lower half of your body, your legs. There's quite a lot that you can do, so let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start with quad pulls. Pretty simple, pretty easy stuff. You just pick one of your legs. I'm going to use my right, and you're just going to bring it back and behind and kind of pull upwards slightly. If you struggle to feel this stretch, you need to pull your heel higher up on your glutes. See how my knee went back more? And then you can even lean forward to feel it even more if you need a further stretch. And this one, you should be feeling it all down the front of your quad right here. That is what this quad pull stretch is meant to stretch. And same thing on the other side. Just turn, grab it, and pull. Another one I really like to do a lot is this hip stretch. So you're going to sit nice and low into it. Then with my right hand on the inside of my right knee, I'm going to push outward. And as I push outward, you'll notice my back kind of dipped and twisted a little bit. And that's what we want. And you're going to feel this stretch right here in the pit of your hip, almost into your groin area, but you're going to feel it pretty much in this one spot. This is a very specific hip stretch that helps open up and stretch your hips. And then to do left side, just change the way you're pushing, and push on the inside of the left knee, but pushing outward with that left hand. And if you don't feel this one, you need to sit lower. If you're all the way up here, you're not going to feel it. You got to sit pretty low to feel this one. All right, another one that is good is simply just touching your toes. So we're going to put our feet together. We're going to keep my legs nice and straight. And you're just going to go and touch the floor or as low as you can go. This one stretches the entire back side of your leg. So you'll feel it in your calves, all the way up into your hamstrings, all through the back portion of your legs here. If you can't touch the floor, that's fine. You just want to make sure your legs are staying straight. The second you bend your knees, you lose every benefit of this stretch. And then, while we're down here, another one that we can do is put your legs apart, just outside your shoulders, and bring them both down into your leg here. And this one, you're going to feel it back in through your hamstring for the most part. And then you can just walk it on over to the left side and repeat. And then we can go down the middle, and you want to go as far back as you can. And this will stretch the hamstrings on both sides at the same time instead of just one at a time. So you just reach back as far as you can, keeping your legs straight, and you hold. Now, if you want to incorporate your back into these, you can. So instead of just reaching down with both of your hands, you can take, so for example, I'm on my right side, so my right hand will slide down, and as my right hand slides down, my left hand comes up and over the top of my head, so now I'm stretching both my right hamstring and my entire side into my lower back on my left side. And then you can walk it over to the other side and repeat. So that left hand's gonna slide down. As it slides, here comes my right arm over the top of my head. And now I feel a stretch down through my entire right side, all the way into my right lower back. And my left hamstring is getting stretched at the same time. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do a stretch that stretches your hamstrings, but also stretches your glutes at the same time. This one is called sitting on a bucket. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep our left leg, our left foot nice and straight, planted on the floor. I'm going to bend my left knee and put my right foot on my left knee and sit, just like this. You're gonna feel it all through the side of your hamstring quad area, but mainly back here in your glute. If you don't feel it, you can push down gently on the knee that is bent or the leg that's on top, and you can even pull up on those toes, and you're really gonna feel it then. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Left knee, or left foot goes on right knee, slowly bend down. This is a really good stretch for your glutes. Right, so now we're just gonna take a seat on the floor. And the next one we're gonna do is for your hips. And it is called the butterfly stretch. So you're gonna put your feet together, bring them as close to your groin as you can. You're gonna just grab your toes, put them together, and then ideally your knees will be able to touch the floor. I am not that flexible, so my knees don't quite hit the floor, but you're gonna feel this stretch right here in your hips. And to add a little movement to this one, you can just gently flutter your legs like a butterfly. All right, the next one we're gonna do, pretty simple. We're just gonna stick our legs straight out in front of us. Notice how my legs are flat on the floor, sitting straight up. And you're going to reach out and try and touch your toes. If you can't touch your toes, that's a-okay, but ideally you'll be able to touch them. And you are going to be feeling the stretch mainly in your calves right here on the back side of your leg. And then what we can do is simply put our legs apart like this. And if you walk your hands out, this is a great stretch for your hips back into your hamstrings. Remember, you want to keep your legs nice and flat on the floor. Another one we can do is reach, grab your right toe, and pull back. You're going to feel this one back up here in your hamstring for the most part. And even a little bit into your calf as well. And you do the same thing on the other side. All right, another stretch we can do that I quite like, really works on your glutes, is I'm going to bend my left knee. I'm going to take my right leg and put it right there at the top of my left knee. Then what I'm going to do is try and bring myself together and scoot myself together as close as I can. And you're going to feel this one right down through your glute all the way, even into your hip a little bit. And if you struggle to feel the stretch as well, the leg that's bent, you can grab your toes and pull them towards you, and that will intensify the feeling of this stretch quite a bit. And then you can just flip it to the other side. So I'm going to keep my right leg bent this time, put my left leg up over, bring myself together as close as I can. All right, this next stretch that we're going to do is called, you may have heard it called the Hollywood stretch. You've probably heard it called the dancer stretch. Either way, what we're going to do is put our right leg flat on the floor. My left leg is going to bend up and over just across my right knee here. Then what I'm going to do is with my right hand, I'm going to come on the outside of my left knee, push and twist my body. This stretch, depending how hard you're pushing and how much you're twisting, you'll feel it in your glutes, but also you should be twisting with your back to stretch your lower back as well. And then we can just switch to the other side. So left leg is flat, right leg comes across, left elbow on the outside of right knee, and twist. All right, the next one that we are going to do is we're going to get up, and it's kind of like the hip stretch we had done earlier, except this time we're going to sit, and I'm going to bring my hands out and around to my toes. And you're just going to sit here. And this one's really good for your hips. Now we're going to come down onto our knees. And this one, all I'm going to do is I'm going to sit on my heels just like this, and I'm going to slowly lower myself back down onto the floor. And this stretch, you can feel it in your quads a little bit, but this stretch is actually for your shins, especially if you have shin splints. This stretch is going to feel very nice. And then, next one we're going to do is I'm going to kick out my left leg here, and my right leg is bent up on the other side. As you can see, my knee is bent there, and my heel is to my glute, and this is another great quad stretch that you can do. I'll show you with my left leg. So my right leg just went out straight there. I'm grabbing this left one, and I'm bringing it up to my glute, keeping my leg as close to my body as I can. Here's what it looks like with just my legs. All right, another great lower back / back stretch you can do is called Special K. So I'm gonna keep my left leg flat on the ground. I'm gonna keep my shoulders planted on the ground and most of my upper body planted on the ground. My right leg, I'm going to swing it over my body. And if you looked at me like you were a bird from the sky, I look like a letter K right now, hence the name of the stretch. And this one's really good for your lower back. If you can't feel it, if you can grab your leg and hike it up just a little bit higher for yourself. And the other way, so now my right leg is going to go straight, my left leg is going to kick over and across. Notice how I am keeping my shoulders planted on the ground. All right. Another stretch that we can do is for our ankles. It's not necessarily a stretch, more to improve mobility. All we're going to do is we're going to point our toe down, and nice and easy, we're going to roll it out and in, out and in, We'll do that with the other leg. We'll go out, and then we'll go in, and we'll go out, and then we'll go in. All right, for this one, you're going to need a wall or something to put your foot up against. This is for your calf. All you're going to do is bring yourself nice and close to this wall. Showing you with my left foot here. I'm going to put my toe up just about as high as I can on this wall. And then if you watch my legs, how they lean forward, I'm bringing my body closer to the wall. And the closer I get to the wall, the more I feel the stretch in my left calf all down through here. And I'll switch. So here's my right foot. And just bring yourself, hug that wall, get nice and close. And this is a great stretch for your calves, for your Achilles. Another great stretch we can do for our lower back are what are called trunk twists. Pretty simple. Put your feet about shoulder width apart. Then put your elbows out kind of like a bird. And all you're going to do is very gently twist your body back and forth, getting that almost full range of motion in there. And you'll feel it pull on your lower back every time you go and twist. This is a great stretch, great way to loosen up your lower back.